Hi, this is Vivian Vande Velde. I am glad that you are still coming to hear me read stories and talk about writing. Today I am going to be starting to read a book to you. I'm going to be reading the entire book, a few chapters at a time. This is called Alison Who Went Away. It was published in 2001, so there are certain things that you will not be seeing in this book or hearing about, including social media and cell phones and texting. That just wasn't nearly as common in 2001 as it is now. The book was published by Houghton Mifflin before Houghton Mifflin became Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. But as I say, the book is currently out of print, which means that if you want a copy to read along, you're going to need to check library or used bookstores because you will be unable to find it in a bookstore. Okay, Alison Who Went Away, Chapter 1. There are three of us. Well, actually five if you count my parents. No, wait, actually six if you count both my father and my stepfather, but I'm not. What I'm saying is there are three kids, not three people in the family. There's my sister Alison, who moved away from home and who celebrated her 19th birthday, or didn't, without contacting us. And I know, 19 is hardly a kid anymore, but I'm doing the counting so I can count however I want. I'm Sybil. Well, actually, Susan. But what kind of name is Susan for anybody who's younger than about 47? I'm 14, which is a long way from 47, thank God. Then there's my brother Brian, who's 5, which also is a long way from 14. 5 from 14 means I was 9 when my mother and Wally were going about conceiving him, which was practically old enough for me to know what they were doing when they were doing it. I mean, you'd think parents would show a little self restraint. Not only that, but Brian still wets his bed. No, wait, what I should say is he started wetting his bed again, which for the most part I'd say is his own business, except that now he has to take a bath every morning. This means either I have to get up at something like 5 o'clock in the morning, or I have to keep banging on the door because Brian takes these half-hour soaks with the water constantly running, no less, so the poor little dear doesn't get chilled, and I have to keep reminding him that there's only a finite amount of water in the Western Hemisphere. And then, when he finally does get out of the bathroom, leaving steamy mirrors and sodden towels behind, and I'm trying to take this lukewarm little shower, he invariably flushes the toilet in the powder room downstairs, and my water practically turns off. I mean, how much pee is in the guy? You'd think he'd have lost it all at night. Wally and Dad both say I could avoid the whole problem by taking my shower at night, which is about the only thing in the whole world they agree on, and which just goes to show how little men know about hair. Mom says I should get up first, which, like I said, means during the dead of night. Then she says I should be more tolerant of Brian. He's having a hard time adjusting. I tell her I thought that's what we're paying the psychologist for. She says, real casual, like she's just thought of it, "Oh, yeah, speaking of the psychologist, he says it might be a good idea for you to come in too." I don't wet my bed, I tell her. As a matter of fact, he thinks we should all come in as a family. Yeah, I say. Should I be feeling your sheets? Maybe she thinks I mean this in a sexual way. According to Mom, this generation is way too caught up in sexual things, like the way we dress, the music we listen to, and how I get the dirty jokes on TV before she does. She gives me this tight little look like she gives me this tight little look she has when she thinks I'm trying to get away with something. But just then the bus beeps its horn and I get to yell, "Gotta go!" "Did you have breakfast?" she asks as I fumble with the new deadbolt on the door. Well, it's not really new. You'd think after a year and a half I'd have caught the hang of it. She knows I haven't had breakfast. I've only just this minute finished my hair. "No time," I tell her, but she's already heading toward the kitchen. "At least take an apple with you," she calls back. "Okay," I call, finally getting the door open and running across the front yard. I know her tricks. She's trying to fatten me up so no boy in his right mind would look at me. She thinks this will keep me safe. It worked for a couple months after Alison left, when I was depressed. "Here, Susan, have a donut. Here, Susan, ice cream will make you feel better. Until I noticed my thighs were getting as big around as Arnold Schwarzenegger's. Like wearing glasses isn't already enough to get me crossed off the lists of half the boys in the world. Mom, of course, doesn't see it. Mom says I have a cute little figure. Mom doesn't know what she's talking about. I hope you enjoyed the first chapter of Alison, Who Went Away. See you tomorrow. Meanwhile, stay safe and be kind.